there, my fellow physique getters. How's it going? Scott Tuzana here, and today I want to share some clips from my experience at the Arnold Expo this past weekend in Columbus, Ohio. This was the first time I've made it out to the Arnold Classic. I've wanted to go for the past few years, and there's always been something going on. And so, as was the case this weekend as well, I was only able to make it out there on the Saturday, spent Saturday evening, and just had to come home Sunday. But the experience in general for just one day at the Arnold Classic was freaking phenomenal. I made the trip with a young bro, Nick Gorin. We had an absolute blast. Even the drive, it's about a three and a half hour drive for us, and just talking bro stuff, just talking about training, nutrition, our goals. It was phenomenal. I'm just fired up talking with him about our ambitions and what we've experimented with, and what we plan to experiment with in the future, how we're kind of growing, how we're learning, how we're evolving, and just taking our physiques and the experience to a whole new level. So we had an absolute blast. We kicked things off by hitting the event itself, which was a lot of fun. I mean, it's jammed your elbow to elbow with people, but still really freaking cool. It's great to meet Branch Warren in person. I mean, this is a guy who I looked up to, like, in the fitness mags, just a jacked freaking dude. What I loved is his work ethic. That always inspired me to kind of step up my game and to always kind of find that next level stuff. That's one of the things that I always gathered from Branch. So awesome meeting him. Highlight, meeting Franco Columbu. I mean, unfreaking real. I mean, this is a guy who I've been idolizing for decades here. I mean, even when, like, Arnold was the king of the castle there, I resonated with more with Franco, smaller guy, just a great frame, great build. I liked his physique better than Arnold's physique. So meeting him in person, I must have looked like I was probably a little fanboy. It was definitely a huge highlight for me, and just meeting some other great people, seeing Arnold up on stage giving away awards and presentations to the bodybuilders and bikini models and all the competitors up there. It was just cool seeing him, like, in person, 15-20 feet away from me. Just phenomenal. And just meeting other guys along the way. Calum, just jacked. He's just a freaking beast. So seeing these guys in person at the event was awesome. Just being surrounded by a bunch of like-minded people in general was freaking awesome. The highlight of the trip, the reason I am definitely going to make sure I get there for at least 3 days next year, is working at a Powerhouse Gym. The place was jam-packed. I mean, it was a freaking sauna in there. It stank. It was just super hot. We were sweating and stinking, but you loved we all knew it. We all didn't care. Like, we're all kind of respectful, wiping down equipment and all that stuff, but it was just, the atmosphere was unreal. The hot temperature in there definitely made for great freaking pumps, but as well, it was just non-stop action. And because it was so jam-packed, really, you can't go in there with a plan in place. You can't go in there saying, this is what I want to do, work in my chest and triceps today, I'm going to do these exercises. No, forget it. You're gonna work in whatever piece of equipment is available. There's not much floor space, so when you're working in dumbbells, I mean, I was doing some hammer curls and just trying to find a tiny little space where I can get it in there, and trying to do like lateral raises or bent over raises or anything like that is like super challenging because you need a little bit more room for the wingspan, but just unfreaking believable. It was great to see Nick in action. Dude is getting freaking thick. He is like 21 years old, and he's gained a significant amount of the muscle this year, training hard as freaking hell. Like, the guy has incredible work ethic. He's incredibly dedicated, committed to building his physique, and just the passion he has for it is outstanding. So seeing him in action, seeing his thick back, cranking out some weights there, doing the bent over raise and all that stuff, is just, I love seeing him in action. But definitely the highlight is not just getting the workout in, but being surrounded by these incredible people. These I mean, some of them are like Instagram famous bodybuilders, physique competitors, bikini models, and all that stuff, and others are like serious competitive bodybuilders. And to be in their presence, to see them working and actually having them asked to work in with you, was absolutely phenomenal. We spent a fair amount of time training right around Chris Bumstead. C-Bum, it's freaking awesome. I mean, dude, one of the nicest guys I think you would ever meet. Super genuine, just really open to talking and helping you out and all that kind of stuff. It was awesome. And training alongside with Calum in the background. Oh my freaking God. I mean, those guys were cranking it, and just you can tell, finding that whole new level. So we didn't want to leave. I think we were over there 2 hours, 2.5 hours training, almost non-stop, just finding any piece of open equipment. You just want to soak in that atmosphere. And definitely, like, that night and the following day, super sore. I'm just really feeling the extra work, the extra volume. But I mean, when you're in the moment, you're on a freaking high. You want to keep rolling with it, and didn't want to stop. And then finally got to the point where, I mean, it was so hot in there that I felt lightheaded, like we're gonna pass out. We had to go grab a good bite to eat, recover, and then plan for our trip on the way home. But if you have a chance to get to the Arnold Classic, I highly recommend it. Even more than the event itself, I highly recommend you hit the Powerhouse Gym and surround yourself with these driven, passionate, like-minded people. I gotta tell you, as freaking awesome as it was training around Chris Bumstead and Calum, was the women. The women fired me up. Some of the women, their shoulders and their back thickness, I was in awe. And I was like, man, like, seeing their physiques, I'm like, damn, I need to step up my game for sure. So I mean, both Nick and I left there fired up, ready to take our physiques to the next level. Both came home kind of drawing out our plans for growth and the whole year ahead of us. And it's exciting. I think that's the main thing of surrounding yourself with like-minded, driven people. I think that's just the big take-home lesson from this whole experience, is the power of surrounding yourself with like-minded and driven people. It can take your game to the next level. I'm just excited. I can't wait to go back next year, and to go back more size on me. It's probably been a little more ripped than I am right now, and just fucking soaking it up more and more and more, just focusing on growth. So that's our footage from this trip. I hope you enjoyed it, and I am back in action here. Gonna be cranking out some great videos, so be on the lookout.